Hello and welcome to all these series that I have DNF'd. If you don't know what DNF means, it means did not finish, aka I stopped reading them because I did not like them. Previously, last video, I did all the series that I am currently reading, and I thought I would make this video that I also talked about doing in that video. This was Inception. I'm not going to count any arcs that I read, like romance books that are part of a series, like sibling stuff. I'm not counting those because then it would be literally 300 series on this list. I'm also not counting books that I read 3 million years ago. I'll put an example of each one that I've just said on the screen for you, for your like information if you're curious. I'm not going to count them in this list. Let's just start. The first series is Legend by Marie Lu. I originally read the 3 books that were out at the time: Legend, Champion, and Prodigy. I did enjoy them, but I was never gonna reread them, so I unhauled them. And then Rebel came out, and I was super uninterested, so that was a DNF. I was not interested in that in the least, so unfortunately I thought I had read the whole thing. I didn't. Next is the One of Us is Lying series by Karen, I think it's McManus. I don't remember. This is a show now, which I'm not gonna watch. My sister watched it and she said it was not good, so I'm gonna trust that judgment. I read this a long time ago, probably when I was like maybe 18, 17. I don't remember 100%, but I only read it because it was a Breakfast Club retelling vibe. I did enjoy it at the time, but when I found out there was a series, I gave up. I also unhauled it, I'm pretty sure. The next one is a long series that I stopped because I thought it was supposed to end on the book that I left off at. But no, it's still ongoing, and it's the Miss Peregrine's Home for Children series by Ransom Riggs. I read the 4 first books. I don't remember their names. I think the last one was A Map of Days. I didn't read A Conference of Birds, so the one before that. I thought there were only 4 books. I had fun reading the first 3. The 4th one, I was already done with it, and when I found out there was more, I unhauled them. I'm just not interested in that series. I wasn't when I unhauled them, obviously. I talked about it probably in an unhaul. I think that series was over on book 4 and we shouldn't have gotten more. The next series that I have DNF'd is the Hitchhiker'S Guide, whatever the rest of the sentence of the title is. I hated the first book. It was so confusing. The movie was better, and I never say that. It was just not for me, personally, so I gave up immediately after reading that. The next series is Ready Player One. Even though Ready Player One is one of my favorite books ever, I am petrified of reading Ready Player 2 because everyone that I like value their opinion, everyone hated it. Everyone hated it. It was bad. I've seen so many terrible reviews. I don't want to ruin my like perspective of Ready Player One, so I'm not even gonna look at it. The next series is What If It's Us? At the time, I gave it a 4-star, but then I changed my rating to lower because I, in actuality, did not like it. It should have been 1 book. I don't know why there's a series. I don't know. I'm never gonna read that. The next series is, I could technically read the next book because it's the last book, but I'm not going to. It's the Simon Snow series. I have the books, just not in this house, and I'm gonna keep them because they're pretty. But Carry On was okay. Everyone was raving about it back in a million years ago. Everyone thought it was amazing. I didn't. But I preferred the second book, but I don't care enough to finish the series. So here we are. Next is another favorite series that went downhill, and it's Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. The first book, 5 stars. And then we went completely downhill and I hated I think it's The King's Cage is the last one, or War Storm. I don't remember. One of those I did not like. I gave it like a 3. I was over it. And then she came out with another book, Broken Throne, I think. It's like a companion, but it's like 400 pages. If you think I'm reading that. Next is Aristotle and Dante, and also another sentence of a title. The first one I liked. I gave it a 4. But also, I'm never gonna reread it. I barely remember it, so I unhauled it. And then there's a sequel. I don't even know why. I thought that was a standalone, but apparently now I have a DNF series. Next is Saga. I trust a lot of people on this platform, and all of them were like, oh my god, this is amazing, super good, amazing graphic novel series, Saga. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna trust. I bought 3 volumes. The one time that it went downhill when I trusted, oh my god. I hated that series so much. Kind of traumatizing, honestly. Not expecting to see genitals drawn really close to my face in a book. I have since sold the 2nd and 3rd volume. I still have the first one rotting in my closet. No, I'm never ever gonna continue that. It's just one of the booktube favorites that I'm completely the opposite opinion of. I'm the unpopular opinion. I'm a rebel. Next is the Sisters of Salt series. I buddy read the first book with my friend. It's House of Salt and Sorrows. It's a retelling of the 12 Dancing Sisters, I think. I don't really know. I didn't really care for it. My friend did. I'm always the unpopular opinion, apparently. Next is another I'm the unpopular opinion, and it is Game of Thrones, or A Song of Ice and Fire, if you want to be bougie. I hated it. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves the show. Not watching that either. Everyone loves it, raves about it. Oh my god, such a good series. Did we read the same thing? I read the first one, the whole thing, hated it, and then I DNF'd the second one at page like 200 because I could not anymore. Not for me, personally. The next series is Kingsbridge by Ken Follett, I think. I was gifted the prequel book. My grandma clearly does not know what the book was about or if it was a prequel or not. It could have been the 3rd one in the series. She would have given it to me anyways. So I just read it because she gave it to me, and I hated it because it literally is same vibe as Game of Thrones, and it's just not for me vibes. Next is also a well-known and well-loved, is that a sentence? I don't know, series. And it's the Legendborn series by Tracy Dion, if I remember correctly. I listened to it on audiobook, which was a fun time, but I didn't really care about the book because it felt extremely similar to Avalon High, underrated Disney movie. It literally is the same plot if you look into it, and I hate that. So I'm never gonna continue. I know that Bloodmarked, I think, is the 2nd book. That's come out. I'm not even trying it. Similarly, the next series is the Written in the Stars series by I don't remember. I listened to the first book on audio. It was fine. It was not amazing, so that's the only reason why I'm not continuing, because I don't care about the 2nd one enough to continue. Next is a book series that my mom forced me to read and I hated, and it's Faye's Revenge. There's a 2nd book that's Tears of Silver, I think. I don't remember. I hated the first book so much that I wish I could burn both. But my mom will cry, so I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna read it. Next is the Henry Kimball series. Yeah, that's the name of the series. I don't know why. But it's the sequel to The Kind Worth Killing that recently came out. I'm so uninterested in that. I hated the first book. I didn't know it was a series, why it needs a series. But apparently it does. I mean, the book did end kind of ambiguously, but like, why? I don't know. I'm not interested. The next series is the Extracted series by R.R. Haywood. I read the first one, not good. Hence why I will not read the following books, even though I had bought all of them. But mistakes were made and we're not gonna do them again. Next is a recent read, and it is the Magic Misfits. Let me actually get it. The Magic Misfits series by Neil Patrick Harris. The one book that I actually own that I can hold. I just thought this was too young for me, and that's why I'm not continuing, because this was kind of Scooby-Doo, but bad. I don't know. This is for children. It's not for me. So those are all these series that I have stopped, DNF'd, given up on. If you personally like these series, I'm really sorry. I'm glad that you like them. I just did not. Or if I gave up because there's been a lot of time, I can't be bothered. I have other stuff to read that I'd rather prioritize, if that makes sense. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next word video. Bye!